Hello, community. Yeah, isn't that what we're looking for? Community? I've just become a mom, 13 months ago, and I've set myself a goal because when I stopped working before, during pregnancy, before labor, I swore to myself, I cannot go back to this job. I need to find my purpose. And isn't that so funny how everyone's trying to find their purpose? And it's so difficult to do. That is because we've lost our connection to the source. And it does sound a little complicated, but it is so easy because we are looking for community, and community is our source. When I've entered into my maternity leave, I was very happy about the community of moms that I just met through courses that I did. But then more and more, I was turning inward again and trying to find my purpose, trying to find out what am I here for? What can I not just finally show up? I did and all these things. I finished my studies a couple of years ago. I did all the internships and I worked. I was self-employed. Nothing worked out. I'm constantly lacking money. It's like this cannot be it. That can't be life, right? Don't we want to live in abundance? Isn't there a path for me to live in abundance and pleasure and happiness and carefreeness? I'm still believing that, and I'm working on finding that path. I've come such a long way. When I started on my, I want to say, spiritual path 7 years ago, it was a rather outside kind of change. I changed the way that I ate because of my hormonal disbalance that I had, called PCOS, and I'm curious if I still have it now after pregnancy. I'm not bleeding yet again, so I'm wondering how this is gonna turn out. So I started to change all these nutritional things and saw that it worked in a way until I got more professional with it and more professional help as well to get all my sensitivities on track. And then it just went deeper, and I oriented myself towards the energy, the spiritual body that might need attention, and it did. My life slowed down so much. I mean, obviously now with a child, but before that already, it changed in a way of I need time for myself. I need time outside, and all these things shifting from I need to earn a lot of money, or I need to prove society wrong, women can have it all, in terms of working 40 hours and having a family and meeting friends and doing all these things that completely overwhelm my nervous system. So everything slowed down, and I thought, oh wow, now I'm starting to see what I need. And then, it just moved on, and it felt like such a slow process over a couple of years, and I could have done a little quicker for my taste, but it didn't work like this for me. And I know that I'm in the perfect timing, at the perfect time, in the perfect place. And there are so many things changing right now. I have discovered that I'm intrigued by what they say in the Bible. That was theme this year for me, until I eventually got out of my mental cocoon and went to church. And yeah, the biggest struggle was, I thought it was, oh my God, I can't do that. What will other people think of me? When I talk about that publicly, well, on the internet, or if I talk about that to my friends and family, they're probably gonna think or question my integrity. Nobody did. Everyone sees the changes that I'm going through. It's just my ego mind, I want to say, that, well, tries to make me feel bad about changing my ways. Because if I had gone to church or talked about God seriously, a couple of years from now, people would have not believed me. My partner at that time, I don't know, maybe they would have, but it just took me so much time to allow myself to use that, to just broaden my receptivity of God, to receive this energy, this force that is within all of us, within everything that's living and everyone. Because for me, God is not the source and only the source outside of everyone, judging and watching everyone, or even a figure. For me, it's a collective, it is a big source, but it lives within all of us, and it stores all the information about our life's paths. It is our intuition is part of this force, of this godly force that lives inside of us. It's the only way that I can explain it at the moment. It will develop, my image of that will develop and evolve, but that's how I see it now. So I have completely lost touch with my intuition. I wasn't even able to choose a meal from the menu in a restaurant, because I was like, oh, this is nice, this is nice, oh, this is, but I didn't know, I was completely directed from the outside. The menu had control over me and not the other way around. Whereas now, when I get confused about all the options, I try to pull back and try to just think of nothing and listen to my intuition in order to know what I want, and then choose from the variety of options. And if the one thing that I want is not there, I take either the closest one to it, or I don't take anything at all. Instead of something that just completely doesn't match my intuition. I have such a yeah, I should have a sip of water, maybe. But I just want to finish that thought. So all my life, I just wanted to be seen. There was one situation that I keep thinking of and keep going back to when I did gymnastics, which I did for over 20 years. I was practicing my salto or a backflip, and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. It just looked ugly and it was very flat and I couldn't jump it. It was just so, I don't know why it didn't work. And then my trainer and my coach, she said, imagine there's a whole bunch of people watching. Imagine we're already at competition and everyone's watching. And suddenly it worked. And that's a point in my life where I could have probably realized already that I just wanted to be seen. And whenever I'm seen, I'm starting to glow up and I'm starting to shine. And what I found more is I don't need to necessarily be on stage all by myself. I'd rather be in a band and have a little community around me. Or sit in church on just one seat in the middle row and feel seen by God, which is ultimately myself, and seeing me by going to church by myself, taking care of my baby being taken care of, and just having that time for myself and listening to everything that's said and like feeling this calm and safe and peaceful energy of all the people around me. Mostly older people, but everyone is in peace at this particular moment. So I realized that I've been looking for community. And I've been so active on Instagram the past year. I've set myself a challenge of like 365 days of posting. I didn't do it every day. Later on, I couldn't do it every day, but I keep doing it. And well, I didn't know where I was going, but it is creating a sense of community, but not in the intensity that I was wishing for. And I just now realized that I was wishing for community, that I was wishing for people saying, hey, like I feel the same, or hey, I don't know, just connecting, getting connected. Instead of just being the speaker that puts out or blurts out wisdom or words. So the community topic is a very tricky one, as we are all looking for it. We all want to be seen and we want to be held, and we're looking for people that are similar to us, that we feel close to. And a lot of times these days, living only with our partner together, maybe even far away from our families, and seeing our friends only online, especially after Corona, everything being so online, we're putting all this responsibility on our partners to like be our community. Like, why can we not just be together 24/7? I have that sometimes, and I realize that doesn't work like that. I do have to have a community outside of my relationship as well, and of course nurture friendships, but then be in community, like be with people for myself, and nurture this godly force that's living inside of me. Because if I don't nurture that, it's shutting down and I'm losing connection to it. And I don't want that. I want connection to my intuition, because it paves the way to finding purpose in life, to finding why am I here? Like, where can I serve? It's just, it's just, that's it. Like, please intuition, please God, tell me, where can I help? Where can I serve? And that's basically, that's completing my thought that I wanted to share. And I'm wondering if someone feels the same, or if I'm actually the only one. I don't think so. I don't want to believe that. I am sending so much love and light to you. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you. If you have kind words to say, if you don't have kind words to say, just don't say anything.